Hey Henry, what's up? Hey Vic. Henry, please, I'm begging you. I need a favor. I need us to have a talk one day in person, like we did that day in Madison Square Garden. Because ever since the nursing home, I've been meaning to talk to you. Vic and Henry, please keep in touch with me because I find myself crying sometimes because I blame myself for being a quadriplegic. I know that sounds crazy because I was born like this and it's not my fault. A lot of my family members abandoned me and it's not my... it even hurts from a touch of the... when I drop stuff, my handwriting, my... when I eat, that it takes me slow to do certain things. I blame myself for this illness as crazy as it sounds. And, you know, I work in the movie theater, so when I rip the tickets, I bump into everybody. Staten Island is a small town. And I see people that I knew on a regular basis, and they have my contacts, and it just seems like they act so fake, like they they're like you're the next best thing since sliced bread, but yet when you're not in their face, they act like they don't know you, and that's different from you, Henry. And it happened to me 3 times in one day, and I felt so bad because it feels like my life has been in people's hands, and I'm like a ping pong where I'm not worthy, I'm not worth it to have close friends. And Vic, I know you like to give me a hard time, but please don't, because I was so abused in that nursing home that I can't get over it. And my birthday is coming up on the 9th of December, and I feel like my life is over. I feel like sometimes I'm just getting ready for the hole in the grave. I'm ready for that plot because it's like uh, uh, guys, I wish I had ladies like your ladies. They don't necessarily have to be my wife, but as long as they're with me for a long time, they're my wife. Because I realize certain people not going to live forever. And, I like being kissed. I like being hugged. I like being loved. I like being sexed. I had an experience with this girl who was actually from the agency that got me my place, and she made it like she liked me so much. And we had a little experience there. And then turned out she had a boyfriend. And now she threw it in my face that they get married. So basically, she used me to blow off some steam. And she was one of my best friends, man. She would call me, see me every day. We would play video games together, order stuff out to eat. And then her best friend moved across the hall, and she would do little things under her breath to make me feel uncomfortable and show off how much money she got. Of course, she was Caucasian. She said something. I meant that I'm. It came out wrong the way it sounded. Let me stop. She basically told me and my aide one day outside in the backyard in the apartment complex that she could never, that her friend, the girl that was my friend, is a better person than she is, because she couldn't see herself getting too close with people of color or people with disabilities. And I'm of both. And I grew up in the old school Park Slope where everybody got along. Blacks, Italians, everybody, Puerto Ricans. So it's like I'm not used to this type of thing. Then to find out to come a year later that she's getting married to the dude and she passes by me like I'm a piece of shit. It hurt me. And having her friend here for 1 year hurt me. And then downstairs in the cafe, she would talk shit about me in front of everybody and embarrass me. I was nice enough to get my friend and her a gift, and I left it at this girl's doorstep, only to come home and find it in my door, and people were talking about it in the apartment complex. Made me feel embarrassed, made me feel like a piece of shit, and I was crying, I was throwing up, and for a year I wasn't right, and I'm still not right. I don't want that to shit on my experience in my apartment. I don't. I can't see this apartment the same way again. It hurts my feelings. I love Irby. I love the apartment, but you gotta understand something too. Something happened in the mix of all this. That's why I feel like I'm cursed. I feel like I'm not worth it. I feel like I'm nobody. I feel like I'm shit. I can't even stand the guy that I'm looking in the mirror sometimes. Something happened with my managed care insurance and PCCS where it was conflicting services. Eventually, they told the aide to walk out on me while I was in bed. And obviously, I'm a quadriplegic. I can't defend myself. So thank God the guy stayed. My family paid him out of pocket, and PCCS paid him a little something too until I got my services back. He bounced. He started talking shit about my family, saying that they paid him less, which is not true because that $400 a week was what he agreed on. And now I have services, but it took a while. And then the aides they sent me were very abusive, yelling at me when I had to go pee, yelling at me when I dropped my tablet on the floor, and complaining because they had to take me out. So finally, things are back to normal, but I'm scared. I'm having flashbacks backs of being in that nursing home. I'm scared that I'm not young enough to live my life. I'm scared that my life is over. I don't I I don't want to die, but sometimes I feel like I do because I feel like I'm not important to the world. But that won't stop me from giving up. But these agencies, these social workers, these even psychologists make me feel like I want to give up. These doctors, these physical therapists. So I'm listening to all that and even to some of my negative family members. And it's making me feel bad about everything, even my accomplishments. I look at kids in my family already having kids and driving and stuff, and I feel like I didn't accomplish anything in my life. So I want you guys to give me a little encouragement, a little credit, and I want you guys to be there for me. And I hope you guys are proud of me. I like taking my classes just to get out the house. I'm not really allowed to work on the books any more than a certain percentage. But I want to ask you a favor, Henry, if you could really, once in a while when you're having events, have me hand out stuff, and Vic, have me do a little stuff, and maybe you guys could give me some cash so that I could go out and go places and collect my little things. That's what gives me joy in this life. That's what makes me happy. Or enough money, at least so I could go out with the few friends that I have, or lack thereof, or whatever. I'm confused now. But if you guys could give me a little on the side, a little like something to do with cash every once in a while, I would appreciate it. Before I leave this earth, I want to take a vacation. And before I leave this earth, I want somebody to love me. I hope you guys don't look at me as a loser, even though I get down on myself. John, it hurts when you compare me to the other young guys because I already feel like an old piece of shit, an old prick, and it's bad enough the devil and people get in my ears. When I mean the devil, I mean negative friends. You guys are good, but there's one thing I want you to understand, especially you, Henry. The things that I tell you about people and the way they treat me, you would never know because you're a big, strong, intimidating guy. Nobody, everybody talks about somebody. Everybody makes fun of somebody. Not everybody likes everybody, but you don't get it as hard as I get it. So you wouldn't see like certain things. Like when we was in United Spinal, you wouldn't see some of the assholes because you're not the small man. Unfortunately, I'm the small man. And Vic, you said that once everything gets together, we'll go out to dinner and we'll meet people. I hope you keep your promises. And guys, please look for something to do if it's even just an event. And you guys give me some money for handing out stuff for pointing people in the right directions. Please, because the way the government's behaving with me with all this insurance stuff, I can't have anything added through my check, through my. In other words, let me work a little bit off the books. And please, guys, be my brothers and be my friends. There's one thing that Belinda said about you, Henry. When I said one time, I said, wow, I thought at this point in my life that I would have good buddies. She said, but you have John. John always keeps in touch with you. John always sends you stuff. John always calls you. Please, John, I know that I say a lot of stuff, but please, I'm begging you, till the day we both leave this earth, always be my very close and dear friend. And you too, Victor, because I need it. I was thrown away a long time ago, and I feel like the whole world is throwing me away. I try hard and I still laugh and I still try to have fun, but I feel like I'm a fool for always being happy because nothing good ever happens to me. I hope I'm wrong. Vic, I know you have your struggles too. And John tells me, like Patty D used to say, I have a problem. I have a problem going to the bathroom. I have a problem sexually, and I can't feel anything. So everybody has problems. But I hope you guys are there for me. I need it. And as big as I am, I cry myself to sleep sometimes. All this was good until I met that one particular person that told me because of my color and my disability that I'm no good. But please, guys, be there. Prove me wrong and prove the other people wrong. And I love you guys so much. Be well. And I'm sorry. And John, please help me make a little money on the side just so I could do the things and buy the things I like, please. Please, John. You know, I should be happy because I still get up in the morning and take my classes. And I'm getting a degree this June, but I'm going for more degrees. I should be happy because there's people with two legs and good feet that just sit around and go to the corner and smoke weed, but yet I'm working, I'm going to school, and I keep myself active and I have fun. I should be thankful for that. But yet people point out my weaknesses. That's what makes me regress. Please, guys, help me, if anything. And John, remember me when you have an event. Just please, especially for pocket money. But don't send me to the area where it's the tennis center, because they get it confused with um, City Field, and Accessorize actually getting worse, to be honest with you. Any other place you send me, fine, but not in that area, please. I beg you. Please, guys, my birthday's coming up. Just be there for me. You guys are that's the one gift that I would want. And I hope someday I can find true happiness and be happy again. But one thing, somebody told me a long time ago that I wasn't good enough. That's what led me to go to your organization, because I wanted friends and I wanted to show that I was just like anybody else in the community. But yet I still find myself searching for it, because this situation is so uncomfortable, really.